Pro Group Management. Workers' comp that works for you.
This is 7 at 7 from the Las Vegas Review-Journal.
Good evening, I'm Jen Ah. Thanks for joining us on 7 at 7. In Top Stories, sponsored by Nevada Hand Silver Sky Assisted Living Community. Learn more at nevadahand.org. Breaking today, officials call it the largest illegal marijuana seizure in Nevada's history. Multiple agencies reportedly seized over 2,100 pounds of narcotics within the Moapa River Indian Reservation. The drugs are reportedly worth $11.7 million total. That's including over $8 million worth of marijuana, $2 million worth of fentanyl, and $1 million worth of cocaine. Over in Summerlin, police are investigating a high school teacher arrested on suspicion of having sex with a student. They say 34-year-old Michael Lloyd worked at Palo Verde High since 2016.
For one count of open and gross lewdness, one count of school employee engaging in sex with a pupil, and possession of dangerous drug without a prescription. He will be assigned to home per negotiated agreement with the bargaining unit.
Officials ask anyone with info to call police. And a judge rules a 16-year-old Sierra Vista High School student will face adult court despite being a minor. That's after being charged in a fatal DUI crash near a school. Police say Devon Grissom sped at more than 100 miles per hour in a 35-mile-per-hour zone, seconds before running a red light. He then struck a Nissan, killing the driver. In business, sponsored by Bank of Nevada, Bank on Accountability. Is former NBA great Shaquille O'Neal flipping homes now? Here are before and after pictures. Within the luxury market, real estate brokerage Corcoran Global Living reports a slowdown compared to last year's housing boom. But some still interested in Las Vegas's growing pro sports scene.
Shaquille O'Neal is far from the only celebrity or pro athlete to have owned a house here in Las Vegas. Just in October, Mayor Carolyn Goodman actually gave him a key to the city after his foundation teamed up with some others to donate $200,000 to renovate some basketball courts.
Less than a year ago, property records show Shaq bought this house for $1.95 million. Now he's selling it for $3 million after renovating it. In weather, sponsored by Star Nursery, your garden's partner for every blooming thing. It's Friday Eve, and the countdown to Memorial Day weekend begins. Over at Lake Mead, Review-Journal's James Schaefer tells us why patience is a virtue.
Plan ahead, pack your patience, and recreate responsibly.
Officials at Lake Mead were warning lakegoers for Memorial Day to be safe and be patient as expectations for an easygoing getaway may be preempted by some changes at the lake.
Well, going into Memorial Day weekend last year, there were 6 launch ramp locations on Lake Mead, and today there's only 1.
Another thing that officials want Memorial Day weekend goers to know about is that with quickly receding water, cars can get stuck in the fresh mud.
Because we're seeing a lot of new shoreline as it is newly exposed. The desert bakes that top layer very quickly, so it looks like it's solid, but it's not. There's mud and muck underneath. We really don't want to have people stuck and in need of a tow out this summer.
For the Las Vegas Review-Journal, I'm James Schaefer.
Here's what's in store for tonight. After a blazingly hot day, temps are still in the high 90s, which should dwindle to the 80s, then 70s by the early morning hours. On Friday, some breezes with a high of 102 and low of 75 degrees. On Saturday, your highs cool to the 90s, with the winds picking up to around 25 miles per hour. Starting Sunday, highs get down to the 80s. In health, sponsored by Boulder City Hospital, we're here for you when you need us. The CDC remains in southern Nevada to investigate cases of a drug-resistant superbug at local hospitals and skilled nursing facilities. Review-Journal's Renee Summerhour has more.
The CDC is assisting the state for a second week in investigating 12 of 19 local facilities that have reported cases of Candida auris, a once rare fungus that can cause serious illness and even death, most often in patients who are already frail. Kamisha Kazi with the Nevada State Healthcare Association Infection Program says teams of federal and state health officials have visited 5 facilities as of Wednesday morning. She did not identify any facilities that are experiencing ongoing outbreaks, saying it's too soon to make that determination. SEIZURE spreads easily through contact with contaminated surfaces and can cause bloodstream infections and even death, particularly in hospital and nursing home patients with serious medical problems. More than 1 in 3 patients die who have an invasive SEIZURE infection, such as one affecting the blood, heart, or brain, according to the CDC.
Sports brought to you by Station Casino's STN Sports. Download the app today. The media was finally allowed to attend Raiders organized team activities, and there were a few more cameras at headquarters following the news that the Raiders had worked out quarterback Colin Kaepernick on Wednesday. Kaepernick has not played in the NFL since the 2016 season, and he was not in attendance for Thursday's OTAs, but head coach Josh McDaniels was still asked about the team's decision to bring him in for a workout.
We really don't make comments about the evaluations that we made or, what they look like, what they didn't look like, strengths and weaknesses, those kind of things. They're kind of, private, obviously, for us. He's not the first player that we looked at, not the last one.
Sports betting, sponsored by Las Vegas Paiute Tribal Smoke and Cigar Shop. 3 months before the college football season kicks off, the lines are on the board for Week 0 and Week 1 at Circa Sports and SEIZURE Sportsbook. SEIZURE's has also posted the line on the much-anticipated Alabama-Texas A&M game on October 8th after Crimson Tide coach Nick Saban and Aggies coach Jimbo Fisher's recent public spat. Alabama is a 14.5-point home favorite in that game. For early best bets, read Todd Dewey's column at lvrj.com.
In Lifestyle, sponsored by Visit Laughlin, an easygoing getaway filled with good food, good people, and good times on the river. One teacher calls it a year she'll never forget. Wednesday was officially the last day of school for the Clark County School District, with parents, students, and teachers all saying goodbye to what was an eventful year.
It was the most exciting thing every day to have them running through the gates with that excitement that just never waned.
The COVID thing, it was rough in the last couple of years, but now, thank God, we've been able to get through it.
Students say they were just happy to be back learning in the classroom. In entertainment, looking for things to do this holiday weekend? Katy Perry is back with more fireworks at Resorts World Las Vegas. Her residency, Play, resumes Friday and runs through August. Also, rock star Jack White is looking a bit blue, literally, as that's the color of his hair now. He's set to perform at the Chelsea inside the Cosmopolitan of Las Vegas on Sunday. Thank you for watching 7 at 7. If you're watching from YouTube, don't forget to subscribe to the Review Journal's YouTube channel for more great content. Watch Las Vegas breaking news streaming live on your OTT device. We'll see you tomorrow for more 7 at 7.
Review Journal Studio, sponsored by Adam Kuttner. Get the maximum settlement as quickly as possible. This 7 at 7 update, sponsored by Pro Group Management. You're watching 7 at 7 from the Las Vegas Review Journal.